Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live at the gym. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now. That's right, everybody. Wrestling with Savage does begin now. We're here with Jay. We're live. We're going to be covering Monday Night Raw tonight. Now, Jay thinks there isn't a lot to cover, but unfortunately, my 8 pages of notes says differently. But we're going to find out what Jay really fucking thinks. I'm going to try to get through this shit fucking dumb quick, bro. Because Monday Night Raw tonight, if anything, it was at least different. We got some new matches. We got different kinds of matches. We got to see Ciampa fight. Jay, you're muted, by the way. Welcome to the show. Are you okay? What's going on, man? What's up, man? How was your weekend?
I want to stay muted. That was the whole point, because it's fucking trash. I can't believe 8 pages of notes.
Well, there was a lot of content, unfortunately. In my opinion, this was one of the hardest episodes of Monday Night Raw to finish, from start to finish. It didn't feel like 3 hours. Tonight's episode really felt like 4.5 hours. Considering I was watching the first hour of it in my car, you know, speeding and driving on the Long Island Expressway, going to emergency rooms, you know, just doing a lot of shit tonight. Yeah, shit was wild tonight, man. I totally missed the part of Seth Rollins when he was mic'd up with the interview. We're gonna get into it. Hopefully you watched it, and you can let the fans know what the fuck happened. Now, by the way, fans, we're live on TikTok right now. We're also live on... What the hell does that say? I don't know what that says. Is that real right there? There's 116 people watching me right now. Is that what that says? Oh, let's get into Monday Night Raw then. Monday Night Raw coming to you live from Wichita, Kansas City. Raw opens up with a shot of Money in the Bank briefcases, and then we are introduced to The Miz. And The Miz opens up Raw with Miz TV. He's then interrupted by Paul Heyman, who says he's got this. He serves as the legendary special counsel for the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. Miz thanks him for coming to speak to him in this wasteland known as Kansas City. "You suck" chant breaks out. "I could not possibly suck," says The Miz. "I am not from Kansas." That was a nice touch. Miz wants to talk about the Money in the Bank match. Says, you know, the person who wins the Money in the Bank briefcase has an 85% success rate. You are looking at someone who has had 100% successful cash-in. How did I do that? You find the perfect moment. That's how you do that. You have to find the perfect moment and the perfect opportunity to make that happen. And guys like Seth Rollins, guys like The Miz, guys like Edge, they've been very good at cashing in briefcases. And, you know, I'm really wondering what's going to happen with Edge here. I wanted to talk about it later because we have not seen Edge. We have not heard from Edge. So I'm not going to get into that now, but that's definitely one of the topics I want to get into before you run off, because you look like you're trying to get off this show as fast as possible tonight, and that's not going to happen.
Just listening, man.
Just listening? I like it, man. That's what's up, man. All right, well, basically Heyman says when the champion is Roman Reigns, that percentage rate goes down to 0%, which that was a tough line. And then, don't boo, Heyman says. This Friday Night Live on SmackDown, your tribal chief Roman Reigns will defend the Undisputed Championship against Riddle. Heyman goes on to say it annoys him when WWE management, and then all of a sudden Riddle comes out. We hear his music. So he's interrupted immediately, and we don't get to hear the rest. After this, Heyman talks a little more. He says, "Hey, you got some balls to come out here and interrupt me." "Bro, you don't know me," Riddle says. "You don't know me. Roman Reigns doesn't know me. You don't know what I'm capable of. But you will this Friday. You're going to find out." All of a sudden, we have a match between Montez Ford versus Jimmy Uso. They take it to the corner, and Uso rocks Ford and then takes him down into a headlock as Jey Uso and Angelo Dawkins look on. Uso drops forward with a shoulder, then points to the sky for a mixed reaction. They run to the ropes and Ford nails a dropkick. Ford kicks up and Jamie regroups with Jay at ringside. Ford plays to the crowd and they cheer him on as he stares Jimmy down. Fans chant, "We want smoke. We want the smoke." Uso comes in and chops away to turn it around. Uso launches Ford across the ring into the turnbuckle and hits hard, then goes down. Uso then whips Ford across the ring and he goes down again in the opposite corner. Jay, what were you thinking about this match so far? Let me get your take a little bit, because I'll finish with what I liked from the match. I thought Montez looked pretty strong. He looks like he's gotten bigger. He looks like he's hitting that gym. I'm wondering if we're going to see a split from the Street Profits. Maybe you want to chime into that down the road. Is this guy going to go straight solo, or are we going to see maybe he's just going to be his boy while he's still there? Because I could see him having a championship run. I think Vince likes this kid. What do you think?
All I know is that for someone saying that I want to get the show really quick, you kind of skipped what I was going to say about that whole Miz TV segment right there.
Oh, tell me. Get into it. This whole segment's part of that whole match.
I hate it. I'm going to tell you why.
I didn't rate it.
I've been telling you. Dave has been telling you. Shout out to Dave. He's not here. But everybody's been telling you. Even the whole people that's listening to me right now is telling you, I'm sick and tired of him taking Randy Orton's fucking moves. I'm here taking his lines. Oh, dude.
I'll give you that. That's true.
I hear voices like Randy, man. Come on, really? That's how we're going to start this whole promo? We're going to start into that shit? And then we see what happens later on throughout the show, which we'll get into. But I don't like it, man. You got to be unique. You got to be creative. He's been doing this for the last few weeks in front of us. I fucking hated this fucking segment. It started off strong, but all we did was add another player into the mix, which is Paul Heyman, to try to save it. It didn't work. It didn't work here. And into the match, I didn't really see a lot. I liked the Samoa drop that Jimmy Uso did. I thought it was very timeful, maybe just off by a split second, but he really got there in time. So it looked really good to me. We all know that Montez Ford has agility, no doubt. He has the speed, like you say, no doubt. But let's face facts. He did mess up at that Hurricanrana spot. That was a bad spot right there.
Yeah.
He went for the splash. Jimmy got the knees up, got the roll up for the 1-2-3. I didn't really like that finish. I would have went a different route. But let's not face facts, Savage. We have seen this match just with different players. Either Montez Ford with Jay, and now we see with Jimmy, and then we see, his tag team partner as well doing the same thing to both. So it's either Dawkins or Ford. They're either fighting either Uso each week, and we're seeing the same crap. It's repetitive. It's boring. It's a horrible way to start off the show, especially when it's 3 hours long on a Monday night.
Yep.
I didn't like this at all. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not like this at all. I'm going to give it 1.5 stars just for the effort, but it's the same thing we see week after week.
Yeah, no, there was nothing crazy about it, man, at all. The ending was, kind of weak. Did you see SmackDown by chance or no? Did you watch the Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus match?
Yeah, I did.
So did you notice that they stole that spot from them on Friday, where they pushed Montez into the post? Then he hits his back. Apparently, Corey Graves is talking like he hit the back of his head. All of a sudden, we see the big frog splash from Montez. And then the finish is just he gets his knees up. It was horrible. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Because the match was actually not terrible up to that point. But to just end it like that and make him look really like weak sauce, it's it defeats the purpose of even bringing him out.
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, we've seen this on and on. We see it with Dawkins versus the Usos, and now we've seen it with Ford. It's nothing new to me.
So what did you rate the promo with The Miz?
I gave that 1/2 star, to be honest.
Just The Miz? You didn't think The Miz killed it, though, on his part of this?
What was there to kill? What, to plug the Miz TV episode that's coming right after
He
Raw?
plugged the shit out of that show, man.
All he was doing was plugging his endorsement, which was rightfully
Don't you think
so,
it's a waste of his fucking
nothing
talents?
special.
Don't you think it's a waste of his talents the way they use him?
Why would you say that? I think he's been very successful.
No. I'm not saying.
Mid.
No, I'm not saying he's not successful, but don't you think we could see so much more out of him, like a bigger contribution to the wrestling business if they gave him more creative control to do his own story?
You know what I think it is? I think it's just the name. I can't see The Miz defeating Roman Reigns just by name, not by visual, just by name. I can't see that. I don't like the name.
Well, yeah, because they have him as a fucking, like a circus act, man.
But why The Miz?
Well, because I think, no, I'm just talking from...
We all saw the documentary. We all saw
It's not about the documentary. Just from, like, his work that I've seen, like, even, like, 2 or 3 different promos that he's done, where you can see just how intense he can get.
Savage. I'm going to tell you something right now. He is probably the only guy going down in history that's being a mid-card level guy and has probably done it all. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He has done it all.
Yeah.
Who can you name?
Well, right now he's killing it, man. He's making a ton of money right now.
At a mid-level.
He's making a ton of money. His show is eventually, he's trying to get his show to have 1 million people watching it. Right now, there's almost more people watching his show than NXT. There's almost more people watching his show than AEW. That should fucking tell you something.
NXT my baby. I don't know, man. Man.
Yeah, well, more people are watching Miz and Mrs. I'll tell you that. Well, listen, the first segment I didn't even rate because I didn't like the whole tie-in at all. I'm just sick. I'm sick of fucking Riddle. They should have just kept his ass on SmackDown. You have so many other guys you could feature.
That's the problem that I said. And I'm sure Dave is going to tell you, because he's going to watch SmackDown.
Dave ain't going to tell me shit, because he's fucking sleeping.
It's the same thing, man. It's repetitive. It's not unique. Riddle keeps saying all these Randy Orton shit, and I'm sick and tired of it, man.
Yeah, what I really don't like is, like you said, and they even touched with it tonight. Even The Miz said something. He's like, isn't it like time that this guy gets his own moves? He says, isn't it time that this guy gets his own moves? And you guys, I had to turn off the AC if that's what you've been hearing. I don't know, but it's off. Okay,
let's be real.
We have to be real.
That's what it is.
We have to be real. Look, I'm a compulsive smoker, and now I'm gonna light a cigarette. That's as real as it fucking gets. Don't smoke, kids.
This was as real as it should start to a fucking Monday Night Raw. So
yeah, the match itself, I only gave a fucking 1 star, and it was just for a couple of the spots that they did do. But the finish is what killed the rating for me. 1 star finish.
So I rated it higher than you by half.
You did, yeah, you definitely did. After this, we got a segment with the Rollins interview, and he's going on and on and on. Rollins in the back. They mic'd him up special for this interview. They basically got into a video package about Cody Rhodes and his injury and, his win over Rollins at Hell in the Cell, their show, and then everything that happened last Monday Night Raw, of course, with Rollins hitting Rhodes from behind with the sledgehammer. And then we see Rollins backstage with Kevin Patrick. We go to commercial first, and then, Jay, what did we see when we came back from commercial? What did you see? Did you see a good promo? Did you see something you liked? Something you're interested in? I got a little excited with the ending of this. That's about it.
I mean, I kind of liked the beginning, how it started. Like, I really meant the words that I said to Cody. I do respect them on the match and everything. It showed that there was truth, but there was also saying that he's also a virus. He's been a virus ever since WrestleMania. And basically, he had to get rid of it, and if nobody could have seen it or help him, he would have to take matter into his own hands. And we see the sledgehammer visual. And, I'm not a fan of the sledgehammer. It looks so fake to me, but we see it. And he's just showing it, and he's holding it, and he's like, I had to do things in my own hands. Then we go into AJ Styles about, going into Money into the Bank and how he must be how to beat him in order to qualify him, and then all of a sudden he's talking trash, and AJ comes out of nowhere and gives him a right hand, and he falls, and he takes it, and he just laughs, and then that's it. We just cut into the next segment, but overall, I mean, this guy is probably the only guy that's probably making Raw look interesting at his moments, but I mean, another great promo. It's strong. I wouldn't expect nothing less. This is 3 stars for me. Even with AJ interrupting and giving the right hand, look good.
Well, the biggest thing that I took from this whole promo, and it really resonated with me, is when he says one of his finest moments happens to be the best Money in the Bank cash-in of all time. And Rollins is thinking of topping that. So what better way to top that? Well, listen to this. Here's a theory that I have just from hearing that line. It came in my mind. What if the main event of WrestleMania, for whatever reason, let's say The Rock, they swerve us, and The Rock's not going to compete at WrestleMania, let's say, and it's Cody versus Roman, and then Cody beats Roman, and then Seth comes out and just takes the belt from Cody. Think about that. That could be. It could 100. Like, I'm really getting that vibe now, and I think that's what's gonna happen.
I'll tell you what. Roman is definitely. I feel like he's gonna tie Hulk Hogan.
He's gonna beat. He's gonna slash it. Yeah. We know that.
No. I think he's gonna tie it for most WrestleMania appearances in main event.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's 7.
Yeah.
So I expect nothing less, but that's a good twist there.
I like that. I like that theory because then Roman stays strong till WrestleMania, right? Cody comes back, big surprise, big momentum because he'll win the Royal Rumble. Obviously, they'll build up the whole fucking Cody Roman thing for 3-4 months, and then Cody wins, of course, right? Because he's in Cody mode. There's no more God mode. It's Cody mode now. After his impressive match at Hell in the Cell and performance, he's going to come back with so much fucking momentum. They're going to say his name on Monday Night Raw every week. Anyway, at the end of the night, when everybody gets what they want, and then you hear that music come out, and half of 100,000 people are all serenading, Seth comes down, cashes in, and just takes the belt right back from Cody and tells him, I told you, not while I'm here. That's storytelling, man. That's storytelling. And
I'm not Brock Lesnar.
Nah.
Right.
So what, you want Brock to win the briefcase?
No, I just want him to kill at least 2-3 months off of Roman until next year. Just kill time.
Cody, how about Cody versus Brock? That's interesting.
I wouldn't want to see that. It's like a squash. Cody's like 190 pounds. He's like super light, bro.
Yeah, but so what? We've seen people smaller than Brock put up a fight.
Yeah, but, Daniel...
I would say Cody's about the same size as Eddie Guerrero right now. And we saw Eddie take it to fucking Brock.
Oh, you crazy. I think Eddie Guerrero was a little heavier.
I don't think so. No way. No way. Cody's taller. Cody's taller. He's not as thick. He's not as thick. No, yeah, I'm talking about weight too. Cody's not fucking light. Cody's big, bro. He's a big boy.
Nah, he's not that big.
All right, we're gonna Google this shit right now. Yo, how much does Cody weigh? Hold on, real quick. Man. Oh my God, I have to put in his last name, obviously. How dumb am I? 220 pounds, really?
Eddie was like 230.
It's close though. 220. Fucking same. Fucking
what
same.
What year?
They're going by his last known.
Go by year.
No, that's by his last known weight. His last known weight.
Year. Yeah, but he was popping.
The year he passed away, unfortunately, he was 220 pounds.
Yeah, but he was losing weight, bro. He was doing prescription pills and stuff.
He was getting bigger every day. What are you talking about? He's probably 250 pounds. Eddie, honestly, I'm surprised Eddie only weighed. I'm surprised Cody and him both weigh 220. I thought Eddie weighed at least 240, 245. He's big though.
230.
He put on a lot of weight, man. So you rated the Rollins interview a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I liked it because first of all, they shit the bed on this tonight. That should have been the main event. I don't know why it wasn't the main event. The match started at 9:40, which is a weird time for a match of that caliber to start. We never see that kind of shit because it's not going to be a quick match. If you're going to see AJ versus Seth, it's probably going to be like a 20, 25-minute match. Easy, with commercials and all that shit. So I don't know why it wasn't the main event. My theory is that Bobby Lashley or Theory, one of them was running late to the arena. Something happened, and they weren't going to make it on time to start at 9:40. And they probably told Seth and AJ, you guys are going to have to go on at 9:40. These guys are going to be the main event. Because that's the only reason to explain why this shit show was the main event. We'll get into that later. That was a joke. After this, we got a match with 24/7 title match. Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke. Lynch suddenly drops Brooke with a stiff right hand before the bell. Lynch unloads and stomps away on Brooke. Then manhandles her some in the corner. Fans were chanting Becky as the assault continued. Lynch tossed Brooke out to the floor, then launches her into the barrier. Lynch was talking some trash. We saw a lot of different shit. She points up to the Money in the Bank briefcase hanging above the ring. Lynch says she was robbed and cheated last time she was in the match, but not this time. But for now, she has other stuff to do. She goes back to assaulting. Brooke interrupts and comes out. Asuka, we get the music. Asuka comes out. Lynch rushes over to meet Asuka at ringside right away. They fight, and Asuka slams Lynch's face over and over again into the apron. They take it to the ring, continue fighting, Asuka getting the upper hand. Asuka with a bunch of strikes to drop Lynch, sends her retreating to the floor. Asuka's music then starts back up as she poses in the ring. Lynch yells back from the ramp, says this is not over. A bunch of shit, man. I don't know. What do you think about all this? It was pretty brutal to watch. I didn't like it at all.
Oh, it was brutal. Was watching the advertisement of Dana Brooke versus Big Time Bex fighting for the 24/7 belt. That was the most brutal part about watching it, the advertisement of this whole match. But let's face facts. We've just seen a basically shit show of a bed of a match. I don't know if this was basically killing time. I don't know what it was. There was nothing really going on. Bex because of promo. I'm not even in for the 24/7. This is just disrespectful how I'm being treated, but I'm going to climb and I'm going to go into the Money in the Bank because I've been screwed. And we all see Alexa Bliss come out, and we all know that she screwed her a few years back by winning the Money in the Bank. I would dream of just Big Time Bex getting this win over Alexa Bliss this year's Money in the Bank. That'd be great. But there was nothing really going on here. Let's just face facts. This wasn't even a match. This was just basically a beatdown. Just basically a promo. Just basically killing time for me. This is basically a no rating for me. That's how I see it.
Yeah, this is a complete fucking zero trash segment. It shouldn't be on TV. The fact that it is on TV is just like outrageous. Next, we got something that was even worse. It was so weird. It's a qualifying Money in the Bank match, but it's a tag match. And, you know, they're going to make two people qualify at the same time. Whoever wins, I guess, right? Like, what is that? What kind of nonsense?
That's just an example of where we don't have enough women roster between
not at all.
Raw and SmackDown combined that are talented and that can go. That just shows you, and that's just very sad to just see visually because there are some talented women that are not being utilized, but that's just my take on it.
Well, actually, Nikki Ash and Doudrop were actually looking pretty impressive in that match. They were actually working together, kicking some ass, but obviously we know what's going to happen in this match. Bliss and Morgan on the same team, they're definitely going to win. There's no questions asked. But the match was a shit show. I didn't like it at all. Liv unloads with strikes, despite Doudrop rocking her with a shot. Liv with a double knees to stun Doudrop back into the corner. Liv with double kicks and a big springboard kick for another close 2 count. Bliss tags in and nails a modified blockbuster to Doudrop for a 2 count. Doudrop then knocks Liv off the apron, then tags in Nikki for an assisted side slam on Bliss for another close 2 count. Doudrop pulls Liv through the ropes to the floor, then Scoop slams her on the floor. Doudrop charges but misses a senton on the floor, landing hard as Liv moves. Nikki then drop kicks Liv back down onto the floor. Bliss and Nikki briefly tangle as Nikki comes back in, but Bliss drops her with a DDT for the pin to win and advance. Alexa Bliss then also with a right hand and the DDT for the win. I mean, just it was actually a good looking DDT, decent looking right hand. But now they tell us Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Lacey Evans are all qualified for the Money in the Bank. So what are you rating that match, and who else do you think we're going to see in this women's match, and who do you want to see in this match?
I want to see all these women on the list because they all suck to me. They suck. They all suck. I can't take it no more. It's killing me. It's killing the people that are watching TikTok right now. It's killing the people that watch the show. Oh my God!
Oh man, no, TikTok is dead, bro.
Did we all see that Alexa Bliss and
died.
Doudrop? And we all see that Alexa Bliss and Doudrop cannot wrestle together. They don't have chemistry. Did we all see that Bliss missed the attempt at the head scissors with Doudrop, and that looked horrible? Did we not forget the sloppy buster that she did on Doudrop while she was on the mat? That looked horrible. I mean, I could keep going on and on. There was nothing special about this match. I think the only special match was Doudrop and Nikki Ash when they did the sidewalk slam into the reverse DDT for the 2 count. That was the only good spot that I saw in this match. But let's face it, are we really supposed to rate this match? And what was with the weirdness? But I'll tell you what, this is Jay's take, and this is what he's going to say. So listen up really carefully. Don't forget last week, we saw a tag team move between Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan that they did on someone, and they knocked them out outside. Now, that was just a test because they looked at each other, and this is basically a test for a tag team, and I do see them winning the WWE Women Tag Team Champions that have been vacated. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan will be a tag team after this Money in the Bank. Guarantee, I say it right now on the show, there will be a tag team. This was an experiment. Tonight was a test. It's successful. They have chemistry. I seen it. But overall, this was a shit show. I saw botches, and I give it no rating.
0 star? 0.
No rating.
No rating for this shit show. I can't even argue with Jay. I can't even argue with him, man. It was a shit show. I saw no stars in the ring. I saw a bunch of fucking...
in the future.
I'll give it a 1 star for effort from Doudrop and Nikki Ash because it looked like in the beginning of the match they were really trying their hardest to look good even though they knew they were about to be squashed. You know what I mean? They tried, but it was a squash match. And, yeah. So who do you think is going to win the Women's Money in the Bank, though, real quick?
It depends. We don't really know who's in it, really. I can't
judge
it right now.
Right now. Give me a pick, man.
I'm not going to judge it between Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. Like, come on.
Nah, man. It's going to be... Who do you think's going to win next week, Becky or Asuka? Because they're having a Money in the Bank qualifying match next week.
Listen, it'd be stupid just to give it to Asuka. Like, let's face facts. So, if they don't give it to Bex, then I should stop watching the show.
Wow. Okay. That was real. After
Unless
this,
you want to be like, cry like baby.
I like Asuka. I think she's a better wrestler than Becky.
Well, with the missed strikes that she did on Bex tonight, are you kidding me? She missed those backhands. Are you kidding me? She did not hit her face.
Maybe she felt bad for Big Time Baby.
Yikes.
After this, we got a video package about what the Judgment did last Monday. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm not even going to get into what they did last Monday, because if you watched the show last week, you would fucking know. Right? Either Raw or this show. After that, we get a match between Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, and I remember clearly telling somebody that, yes, this match will not end. It will never end. It's going to be going on for a long time. These guys are going to be working a program. Kevin Owens is going to be fighting Ezekiel. He's going to be fighting Elias, but never at the same time. Back from commercial, we were told about the Credit One credit card, WWE edition, with the 204% interest rate and the special perk meet and greets. I thought it was really low on their part that they're advertising like literally the worst credit card company in the country as their official credit card. That, like, to me, it was... Wow. I'm pretty shocked, actually, at how low they're willing to stoop to do business. But yeah, other than that, now Ezekiel makes his way to the ring with no tassels on this week. KO and control early with a cannonball and a flying senton off the top rope with a kick out from KO early on. We get control. I don't know why I said the kick out. I meant to say KO and control early with a cannonball and a flying senton off the top rope with a kick out from Zeke. KO now beating Zeke on the outside. Ezekiel takes control and rolls back in to reset the count. Now back in the ring, KO stuns Elias with the ropes when he runs in to take advantage of Zeke. Zeke hits a big spine buster and now stomps. He's just stomping the shit out of KO. KO and Zeke on the apron. KO goes for the stunner. Zeke goes for the suplex. KO then hits the big knee. Zeke takes back control. He has KO in a fireman's carry and drops him on the corner of the stairs, which I thought this was the moment of the night, 100%. And this was probably the only thing that saved the show, because that was a crazy looking bump. And I've watched Raw for many years, and I've never seen that specific kind of bump on that specific part of the stairs. All I have to say is, ouch. KO deserves a lot of credit for taking that bump. What a fucking beast, man. It was crazy to watch. I'd never seen anything like this before. During the break, KO rallied. He hit a frog splash off the apron to the floor. He has Zeke in a sleeper, goes for a running senton, and gets hit by the double knees to the spine from Ezekiel. Zeke with a donkey kick, and then a suplex, a stinger splash. He had like a sick-looking kind of suplex. Kind of looked like a Tazplex, kind of. Then we get a stinger splash in the corner. KO goes for the stunner. Instead, we see a huge knee from Elias, sending KO reeling to the outside. KO loses to a countout because he snapped on the commentary team for calling him Ezekiel. He was yelling, "It's Elias! It's Elias! It's not Ezekiel! It's Elias!" And he just gets counted out. And KO is now trashing the announce table. He's blaming the commentary. What did you think of all this?
This was a piece of shit. I don't know what to fucking say anymore. I mean, let's face facts. What the fuck are we watching right now? The only best part was the super kick into the cannonball, into the swanton, as you mentioned. Yeah. That was the best part of the whole match. That's what started the whole match. Overall, I just saw a shit show that I saw in the pay-per-view and WrestleMania Backlash between these two. It was the same fucking shit if you look back. There was nothing new. And let's be honest, we all knew he was going to be counted out once he started talking trash to Corey Graves and Jimmy Smith and Brian Shaxley. We all knew that. It was too obvious. I hated it. I love how it started. I hated how everything went down. I mean, shall we even rate this? Shall I even give it? I think I'll just give it for the 1 star of how it started off. But overall, it was just shit show after. And I'm tired of seeing this shit. And now we're going to see Elias. How is that going to work? They're going to put some makeup on him and put all the beard? Like, it's horrible.
No, Elias is real. That's really his brother.
This is a horrible storyline. I'm just tired of it, period.
Well, Zeke now grabs the mic. He says, "I got to speak for all the Zeke freaks. I am not done with KO yet. Not even close. I got bigger fish to fry. The Money in the Bank.
Horrible.
I want in on this thing." I Zeked out.
If he's Money in the Bank, will this be the worst Money in the Bank that we ever saw possible?
Not if Seth Rollins wins it.
Because if they put Omos and Ezekiel in this match, this will probably be one of the worst.
It's almost like a guarantee. It's almost a guarantee that Seth Rollins is winning this thing. And do you know why?
I don't want Seth to win.
He's
I want
going to
win.
win. No.
I want someone new.
Vince doesn't care what you want. Vince thinks this is good shit. That's
why people don't watch this shit. They watch the NBA with Curry and shit because they can't watch this garbage.
I watch both. I'm a fan, bro. I love Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is like
he's the best, but he's a better booker than Tony Khan.
He's the best booker of all time, bro. Just from 1980 to 1990.
All right.
Don't matter. Or actually, no. You could say 1980 to 2001.
Talking about now.
Oh no, I told you already. Did you not hear me last time when I said Vince has dementia?
Yeah.
He has dementia now. It's over. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But he knows Austin Theory's good. Well, anyway, like I said, Zeke the Freak. Are you freaking out for Zeke the Freak? Next week, I zeked out and I got a hold of Elias. And he's so excited about Money in the Bank. He's coming to Monday Night Raw next week. He says he's looking good, and he can't wait to show everyone that WWE stands for Walk with Elias. And I kind of like that he was scared to see if the fans would say it. You kind of saw it in his eyes. Like, he was thinking about it. Should I say it? Should I not say it? But he ended up saying it because he hasn't been around in a while, like, with that line. So he didn't want to, like, not say anything and then, like, nothing happens. It would just sound really bad. So he ended up saying Walk with Elias. KO is just spazzing out at this point. He looks like he's ready to have a fucking heart attack and kneel over and die every time the camera looks at him, which credit to KO. I gave this a 3-star because I thought it was entertaining. I'm excited to see Elias next week. I want to see what bullshit shenanigans they're going to do. Are they going to put makeup on him like you said? Like, I'm excited about this. I really... I'm an Elias fan, though. And I love KO.
Let's face it, though. Whether it's Elias or Ezekiel, they don't have any movesets. There's no moveset. All he does is a running knee.
What do you mean? He has the donkey stomp.
That's all he does.
He has the donkey stomp. And he punches people. He has the gorilla press slam. He has the body slam, the scoop slam. He has the arm drag, the hip toss. Yeah, it is. Hip toss, arm drag, snapmare. What do you mean? Snapmare into the headlock? That's a move, baby. That's a move. I just named you like 10 moves. Don't start with me.
Trash.
Uh-oh. We could have trouble. Okay. It was just a shh. So we gotta be quiet now. It's okay though. Crisis averted. After this, we get the pose down on Raw, which is they just announced that it's coming up later tonight. Bobby versus Theory. Pose down announced. We get a video package of MVP and Cedric Alexander and Omos, the whole situation that's going on with them. And if you ask me, that's the worst part of Raw overall. You don't think so?
Well, I've been telling you that they should have fired this guy a long time ago. So, I mean, I don't know why they're going to put this guy in Money in the Bank match in a few weeks, but gosh, this is going to be more embarrassing than the last 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. After that, MVP and Omos make their way to the ring. They show another video package of John Cena's trip to that fan from the Ukraine. Shout out to John Cena for doing all that. We talked about it on the last show. If you haven't checked it out, there's a video online. Pretty cool that John Cena just picked up and did this. You know, just shows you John Cena's a good dude. And he didn't just go there and spend like, a minute or something. He was over there for like the whole day, hanging out with the kid, making like the day very special. Like that kid's going to remember that always. And the mom. And the sister, like the whole family's gonna remember that. That's all gonna be very special to them for the rest of their lives. And shout out to John Cena, bro. Commercial break. Back from break. MVP has the mic. Tells Cedric, "You have gotten on my last nerve. Your desperation is annoying. It's time for you to realize you belong down here with the other bottom feeders." After this, we get a match with MVP with Omos versus Cedric Alexander. Cedric started off with some sick offense, but quickly MVP took control and just squashed Cedric with ease. Match was over. MVP got a quick win. He even did his balling, like his balling spot. I didn't rate this match because I thought, like, what was the point of just squashing Cedric like that? I wasn't a fan of that.
The point was basically trying to make him almost strong, and it didn't work. Then we didn't see it. We haven't seen it since WrestleMania. So this guy should have been fired along with some other person that got fired this past weekend from the NXT standpoint. But we should have fired this guy too. But he's still in the storylines. Hopefully we can get Zanja up in the main roster as soon as possible so we can let this guy go.
No, Omos is a main event player, bro. Vince is gonna push this guy to the moon.
Yeah, and GCW and Game Changer Wrestling, he's a main event player there. He'll be the Nigerian giant who does death matches, and he'll be a superstar.
Yeah.
He'll be world champion within a month.
At this point, I'd say send them to NXT.
No rating for this shit.
Yeah, I didn't rate it either, man. After this, we got 2 promos in a row, which I kind of liked. It had like an old school feel to it. We got a promo from AJ saying he can't wait to meet Seth. The Money in the Bank contract has eluded him his entire career. What he did to Cody makes me sick. Seth is right. I'm not on his level. Seth is beneath me. Then we get a promo from Seth Rollins. Oh, AJ, you want to sucker punch me and then say you did it for Cody? I'm in your head and you know it. I'd like to dedicate tonight and my eventual win at Money in the Bank to Cody Rhodes. This one is for you. Jay, remember this day because I told you what's going to happen at WrestleMania. So you can thank me for that later. It's a spoiler. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. After this, we get the match. Money in the Bank qualifying match as well. Surprisingly, it's not the main event. Turned out to be a little surprising of a match. AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. AJ comes out with a pyro. Obviously, they have plenty of pyro to spare now that Cody's gone. So I guess AJ can get some pyro now. After this, we get a commercial, but the match is coming up next. Styles immediately beating on Rollins with shots, chops. We had backslide pin attempts, and now another pin attempt. AJ trying to end the match quickly right away. Seth with a big right hand, multiple big shots. We got a botch when Seth missed AJ's head when going for a side headlock. AJ with a beautiful drop kick to Seth. AJ with an over-the-top forearm to the face that looked so fucking scripted. Like, Seth is just standing there for so long. And I think AJ just took too long to, like, get over the ropes. It was crazy. Now AJ rolling back in the ring with a backbreaker to Seth. Seth then bets AJ, hits him with a cheap shot to the throat. Now takes control of the match. He lands a sick missile dive kick that launched AJ over the announce table. This was very well given, very well sold. We go to commercial back. We see a huge knee to the stomach from Seth to AJ. We get 2 pin attempts. AJ kicking out of both. AJ with a very nice face buster, but Seth's back landed on AJ's foot, and the ref had to like move it out of the way before actually counting, which I've never seen a ref do this. It was very weird. It's like, why are you helping this guy pin him? Why are you touching the ref? First of all, why are you touching the fucking wrestlers and helping the pinfall happen? It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen a referee ever do on live television. Jay, do you agree with that?
This whole shit was fucking weird to me.
Go ahead, give me your take right now on your rating. Go nuts. I'll finish it off.
It ain't hard to tell. I mean, I don't know what else to fucking say. I mean, how many times have we seen AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins? We've seen it a bunch of times. This ain't nothing new to me. We seen the phenomenal forearm on the outside that AJ hit. We see Rollins with the super kick on Styles. We see Styles with the calf crusher. We see Styles with the suplex to the turnbuckle. I mean, I could keep going on, but what have we really seen? I mean, we see Rollins with the buckle bomb followed by the frog splash that missed. Then Rollins had the leg up that supposedly was working the whole time on AJ when he did the chop block and he did the roll up for the 1, 2, 3. I mean, is that a way to really end a match like this? I don't know. I saw 2 stars that, you know what? This should have been the main event, like you said. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I have a feeling they did this match at 9:40, as you suggested, because the NBA playoffs is going on. All eyes is on that. Let's face facts. But was this the match to stand and put it? I wouldn't. If I had Cody, I would have definitely done something a little different. Cody and AJ sounds really good to go up against it. But that's not the case anymore. This is what we got to deal with. It's the same shit we're seeing on SmackDown. Now it's being converted to Raw. How many times are we going to see it? Did we see anything special tonight, folks? Let's face facts, we have not. But I'll give it overall 1.5 star for the effort.
Wow, 1.5 star. That's a pretty low fucking grade. I mean, the match ended out pretty simple. AJ was going for the phenomenal forearm, but he kind of tweaked his knee on it, it looked like a little bit. I guess he was just selling it, though. Seth with a nasty chop block. Seth goes for a pedigree. AJ with a modified neck breaker. Kick out from Seth. AJ going for the forearm. Again, this time climbing to the top rope. Seth meets him up there with a cat-like agility. AJ slides out of harm's way. Seth with the elbow and now hits the buckle bomb from ring post to ring post. Climbs the top rope. Goes for the frog splash. AJ rolls out of the way. AJ goes for the Styles Clash. And this leads to Seth getting, like you said, the roll-up that was held very deep, I guess. I guess that was their cover for it. But yeah, a match of this significance, you would think you'd see. Honestly, I thought we were going to see some kind of DQ or some bullshit. Or maybe even Judgment Day coming up to try to beat up AJ Styles. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But no, they gave Seth the clean 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And he's on his way to Money in the Bank. And right now, he's the number one pick for Money in the Bank winner, unfortunately. For you. Because you don't want to see that.
I don't. Let's face facts. I don't want to see these old timers. And Seth is an old timer now. I don't want to see. I want to see brand new stars. Don't get me started with this Joker laugh and all these promos.
But in those regards,
I want to see new stars coming up. Why we can't have Theory in the mix? Why we can't have another star in the mix? What the hell?
Well, isn't Roman Reigns an old dog too then? Like, isn't he in the same boat as Seth?
Let's face facts. We're just protecting Roman Reigns till he beats some sort of record that we don't even know about. I mean, let's face facts. What have we really seen Roman Reigns? We haven't seen him in TV in the last 3 weeks.
Well, you're going to see him this Friday night on SmackDown. They made sure to remind you of that shit 100 times after the match. The only thing that I really enjoyed from that from the Seth Rollins match was at the end of the match, Seth found a fan that had a Cody Rhodes shirt on and then just started making fun of him. I appreciated that. We get a video replay of earlier in the night with Riddle and Heyman, and then, of course, they tell us Roman Reigns versus Riddle Undisputed Championship this Friday night on SmackDown. Riddle then makes his way to the ring. He's introduced as one half of the RK Bros versus Ciampa. I was actually interested to see this match because it's a match you don't really get to see every day. Ciampa versus Riddle right now on Raw. And Ciampa actually got a significant amount of time to do his thing, have a match. Miz joined the commentary. Riddle starts off real aggressive, but Ciampa takes control with some hard, stiff shots early on. Riddle with a weak-ass chop, and I think this actually made Ciampa mad. He lands a nice DDT, takes control again with a headlock. Riddle picks up Ciampa in a fireman's carry. Ciampa reverses with the Sting Death Drop. Ciampa with a nice stomp to the face, and he is clamping for himself now. Riddle with a nice kick, a good-looking flying forearm to the corner, followed by, again, power slam in the vintage Orton DDT. Ciampa now, he's probably looking weak right now. Riddle's looking for the RKO. Miz comments on commentary saying you would think he would get his own moves by now. Ciampa then hits the counter with a roll-up and now an ankle lock, and was even twisting the toe. That looked pretty good. We get he pulls down his thing. He goes for the knee. His knee is exposed. Running knee to Riddle. Kick out from Riddle. That looked really good. He delivered that really well. Ciampa stood out a little bit. Riddle now with the ripcord and the floating bro that landed on Ciampa's right knee. I think Riddle's a little out of control with that move, because from the replay looked like he really landed right on the guy's bone in the middle of the thigh. You know what I mean? That's like you could break someone's shit like that, because you're just, when you're spinning like that, you're landing out of control. I didn't like it, and if he hurt Ciampa, I'll be real fucking pissed. Ciampa looked like he was in pain. Riddle now hits the RKO, picks up the 1-2-3. Miz looks sad. What'd you think of this shit?
Yeah, it is shit, but I'm not gonna read a shit. I'm actually gonna give props to Ciampa. I think
Ciampa
we
looked
should
good.
applaud him. I think we should applaud him
I'll
for
applaud
the
him.
effort he's did. This is not the first time we've seen these guys fight. We've seen it before in NXT.
Yeah, that's why I said we haven't seen it you don't see it every day. Like, we haven't seen it in a minute.
The only difference is in NXT, Ciampa was selling for Riddle because Riddle was coming in. And now we see Riddle doing the opposite here, and he's selling for Ciampa as Ciampa is trying to fit in. And it actually worked. I thought Ciampa looked really strong. Ciampa, was stepping on the foot, followed by the DDT, as you mentioned. Riddle hit the power slam, followed by the DDT. Another Randy Orton moves, which I told you from the beginning
I'm
of the
sick
show.
of that shit too, yeah.
Repetitive. What the hell are we seeing? But this is what I'd be saying all in on. I thought Ciampa did a unique joint manipulation on Riddle's foot right there, and I thought it was really, really unique. It was something like a Shayna Blazer type, but taken to the extra level. I thought that made him look really strong. What about the running knee he did following that? I mean, didn't that running knee look good? It looked good to me. I couldn't even notice the leg slap. Ciampa looked really good. He took the floating bow. There was nothing wrong with the knee, even though we saw the replay and how he landed. Yeah, Riddle's like that, but let's face it. When you're not going to get a top mid to, he's pretty much in control of what he's doing. He's been carrying this both brands, let's face it, for the past almost 2 months now. Him and the Usos and Randy Orton. So he's untouchable right now. He can make mistakes like that, but I thought Ciampa looked really strong, and I heard Ciampa chant at one point. So
that's good.
Just by hearing that, I'm going to give it a 2-star.
I'll go ahead and I'll give it a 2.5 because I had fun with the match. I thought Ciampa looked really strong. I didn't like that, at the end he just gets squashed with the RKO. It's like Miz said it best. He hit it right on the head. Get your own fucking moves already and move on. And I didn't like that they introduced him as one half of RK Bro. Randy's gone. There's no RK Bro. Like, shut the fuck up. Move on. Build Riddle right now.
Hopefully they see Ciampa different, because I sure see him differently.
Well, he is different, bro. He's a competitor, and I think he's gonna get a good run before his day's done on Monday Night Raw.
Holy.
Replay of last Monday showing Ripley delivering the Riptide to earn her title shot versus Bianca Belair, and then of course we get an interview with Bianca Belair. She comes to the ring. Bianca says Ripley is now soulless. This used to be a competition between me and her. We used to enjoy this shit, but she's different now. She's soulless. But she says, Ripley, I'm not afraid of Ripley. We then see Ripley on the screen. She says, Bianca, you are all talk. We do what we want when we want. Judgment Day. We are tired of taking orders. This is why we removed Edge. Damian said Edge was right in making the Judgment Day, but his actions contradicted as a leader. He sealed his own fate, and now the Judgment Day are all equals. Ripley says, Bianca, all you care about is what people think. If maybe you could let that go, maybe you could still be the champ. But, basically tells her she's going to rip that title off her. Ripley came off looking pretty strong in this promo, and she made me a believer that she will be two-time champion. What'd you think of the interview of the promo?
I think the Judgment Day looks like pure shit.
Ouch.
Because that's what they look like, especially when the leader Finn Balor talking. Now.
No, there's no leader. He's not the leader. They're all equal.
I don't give a fuck if they equal or whatever. I don't like the look. I don't like the promo that Finn cut. It doesn't go. Like, let's face facts. When
honestly, Rhea Ripley looks like the leader now.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to that. I'm just talking about the Judgment Day group as is.
Yeah.
As a fan, this is my opinion on it. You can have a different take, and so are these people that are watching right now tonight. As a fan, I cannot take Finn Balor as a serious leader when he hasn't really accomplished as much as a certain previous leader has, and is a Hall of Famer. Finn Balor only been Universal Champ for one day. Let's face it. There's nothing else he accomplished because McMahon has put him in a mid-card run.
Yeah, but he's not the leader.
For the last 2 years until he got the NXT, and then he had a great fucking run as a heel. And then when they bring him up to this mid shit. So let's face it, as a fan, I would love to see Edge as the leader. Hopefully it could be returned or refixed somehow, but I highly doubt it. But I didn't like when he cut the promo. I thought Priest was stronger than Finn Balor. How about that? I thought he stood out. I thought he made his intentions clear, how we don't follow orders and whatnot, and Edge was just basically one of those other people. I thought he stood out. I've been telling you this for weeks. His promos have been getting more confidence, and now I feel like he has it. And you know what? Tonight is another example of Ripley's promo getting a lot better. This was one of her best promos, I think. It was Raw, was to the point. I'm here to take it. I'm here to be a 2-time Raw champ. Ain't nothing you're going to do about it. Very strong. This fitted. I think she's going to get stronger as we go more and more into the week. But let's be real. As I see Finn in all three, the visual is just not there for me. But overall, this wasn't that bad. I didn't like Bianca's promo on Let's Fix Facts, so I'm going to give it 2.5.
I gave it a 3 because I thought she came off strong. I think she comes off looking more like the leader than Finn or Damian. But like as they said, they're all equals now, so they're making it clear that there is no leader. They're all equals. And we'll see how long that lasts, because obviously someone always wants to take control.
But do you see Finn as a visual leader? Like
no.
Look at the picture how they put all three of them. It looked weird to me. I'm not gonna lie.
It didn't look weird. Hold on, you had your take. Hold on.
Listen,
they had Ripley in the middle for a reason.
Honest, listen, I'm gonna just say this. Listen, I'm not hating on Finn. He could be in the group. I just don't see him as that top card to kind of just lead this whole story.
All right, yeah. All right, you need to drop it already, man. You need to drop it already because he's not the leader for the fucking 5th time. He's not the fucking leader. So let's go. Drop it.
I know.
Fuck Finn.
But he attacked the leader, right?
He did. But they all attacked him, to be fair.
I understand that.
They all attacked him.
I understand that. But let's face it. Do you see these three as really carrying it on? No.
No, but if you let me get my take in, I'll tell you what I do see. I see a push for Rhea Ripley. I see Rhea Ripley because gold is what...
We've seen it already. We've seen that already. Let's face facts. We've seen it after the Charlotte and Ripley match in WrestleMania. No? We've seen the push. We saw her won the belt after that.
Yeah, that's great. That was that push. This is this push. Every push is different. Every push has its own meaning, its own purpose. This push
is... They took her out of the broker show, and now they're putting her into some serious top main event.
You're really not... All right, I'm just going to skip this then if you're not going to let me get my take.
Let's face it. This is a Belair squash match, no? This was supposed to be Sasha Banks and Naomi, so we know she ain't going to win shit. That's my take.
No, I think Rhea Ripley's been rebranded. They obviously ripped Edge away because they need a baby face or whatever the fuck reason they had, or because they have a new storyline with him, what's his face? I can't remember his name. Big Cass. Yeah, they might have a storyline with him and Big Cass. Supposedly, maybe he's going to be Edge's younger brother or something like that. But for the Rhea Ripley thing, the whole thing is real simple. I think she's going to get a push now. She's going to have the opportunity to have 2 superstars behind her, watch her back, and she's gonna morph into the leader of Judgment Day. I don't know what that means for Damian. I don't know what that means for Finn. Maybe we might see a tag team out of them, or maybe they're going to recruit more members. Either way, like I said, Rhea Ripley came off looking strong. I think she's going to beat Bianca Belair, probably with the help of Judgment Day to help Bianca still look strong. I gave the promo a 3, but as far as Judgment Day goes, I'm disappointed that we did not get to see Edge. I'm disappointed that we have no idea where Edge's head is, but at the same time, now I'm intrigued. So by not showing him on TV, which they're probably not going to show him on TV for another week or 2, maybe even. They might save his return for like a pay-per-view, because obviously Edge is not somebody that lets things go, so he's going to want to have some revenge when he comes back. Like, don't you agree, Jay, that when he comes back, he's going to probably be looking for some kind of revenge? Do you see him just forgetting about this, or he's going to be looking for revenge? What do you think?
I see McMahon hitting the panic button and say, "Oh my God, we need a baby face now. We panicked. We lost Cody. I hate this shit. It's shit. I can't believe that Edge has to come back and fight and be in a program for this shit for the next 2-3 months when he comes back. It's a drag of a story that's going to drag probably to the end of the year. Horrible. I don't see it. They fucked up the Judgment Day when they fucking did this fucking twist and they panicked. I don't think they should have panicked. They have top stars there that they don't even utilize. We saw it one Ciampa tonight. I don't understand this shit. I could have fit other people in it. I told you Ripley is going to get strong. She's not there. This is just the start. I'm sticking with the 2.5.
Well, they dropped the ball with Ciampa. I would have liked to seen Ciampa competing in this Money in the Bank match. Hopefully they can still rectify that because there's a lot of spots open still. So you never know. There's still a few weeks before Money in the Bank. Like you said, we got like about, 3 weeks? So we'll see what happens and who's going to end up in the match. And I'm also interested to see how much more they're going to do to keep Cody's name on TV week after week. We're seeing, because eventually after 3-4 weeks they don't have any new material. They're going to need something. Maybe we'll get shots of him in rehab or something like that along those lines. After that whole Judgment Day nonsense, we got a promo from Theory talking about how he's on a different level these days. Right there is just one of the biceps that's going to go out there and beat the Almighty in a pose down. The good thing that came from this promo is that he said Bobby's not worthy of a United States Championship opportunity. And in 20 years, when they celebrate my career, it's going to make the Cena 20-year thing look like nothing. Which I think that's definitely a big hint at Theory versus John Cena at SummerSlam. Like 100%. I think so. With John Cena picking up the win and becoming the new United States champion.
Let's face it, this promo is fucking trash.
I didn't rate it.
I'm not gonna rate it.
I didn't rate it.
I
It's
think
too
this
short.
is beneath. I think this is beneath Theory. They could drop all cryptic messages and subliminal messages throughout the promo. I'm not falling for it. I wasn't interested. It was just a waste of time to me.
Yeah, it wasn't that good of a promo. Whatever. After this, we get into a match with Chad Gable with Otis versus Mustafa Ali. Of course,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You're liking it. Good. We got to get that T-shirt. No, it's good stuff. After that, we go into commercial. Of course, Gable came off looking amazing tonight. He was kicking Ali's ass all over the place, putting on an absolute wrestling clinic in the beginning of the match. Beautiful non-stop arm drag chops, making him get up again and again and again. Chopping him, making him get up, chopping him, making him get up, chopping him. We get a beautiful stretch and an even prettier tiger suplex. All the offense by Gable in the beginning. He was just kicking Ali's ass to start off the match. Gable now with a moonsault attempt. Ali manages to get out of the way. Now Ali with a flying shot of his own, trying to bring the fight to Gable. A nice tornado DDT out of Ali, trying to get control of the match. Now Otis trying to save Gable, but Ali kicks his hand, and Gable is able to connect with a rolling German suplex that looked awesome. Video replay of last Monday with Veer and the Mysterios. I gave the match a 2-star because I thought Gable came off looking really impressive. Quick match, kicked Ali's ass. I like seeing Ali lose. What are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 1-star. Let's face it, I'm getting tired of seeing Ali. I don't even know why he's in Raw the last 3 weeks. It's getting annoying.
That's your boy.
Gable did the arm trap bridge suplex, which was pretty awesome. Ali did the nice Hurricane. Ali with the nice tornado DDT. Gable did that roll up into the German suplex. I done that too in WWF No Mercy in N64, so I seen it happen. I've done it. It's a nice move, but nothing special here. Just a 1-star for me.
It's a little harder to do in the real life than in No Mercy, though.
All you gotta do is hold grapple and up and 1, 2, 3.
I could show you how to do that move.
Man, I'm retired, bro.
You sure?
I'm an analyst.
Come on, man. Even the analysts take a pump once in a while. All right. Well, the match was okay. Like I said, I give it a 2-star because Chad Gable can wrestle his fucking ass off, and that's just a fact. He's been doing big work. This is an example of someone doing the job. He's being told what to do, and he does it. He doesn't ask questions. He just does his job, like some other people should do. We got a video replay of last Monday with Veer and Mysterios, and this is... I don't know what's worse, the whole MVP Omos story or the whole Mysterios with Veer Mahan. They're both equally shit. I mean, probably Omos is a little worse, but goddamn, this story sucks too. Rey Mysterio with Dominique versus Veer Mahan is a match. I can't believe this is even a match we have to watch. This, like I said, this Raw was dragging out. But before this match even begins, we have to watch more commercials. We come back, we see Veer sends Rey sliding to the outside. That actually looked decent. Now back in the ring, Veer misses a big elbow drop. Veer did get up pretty high for that elbow drop. Some credit to the big guy over there. Veer sends Rey flying off to the corner. Back to the middle of the ring now. Veer with hard stomps. Rey with a Hurricane Rana to Veer, sending him into the corner. But quickly, Veer takes control with a knee to the gut and a whip to the corner. And Veer goes for a huge shoulder tackle. Rey dodges and hits the post. Now Veer attacks Dominique. Clotheslines him over the barricade, goes back in the ring with Rey. We get some kicks. These are all dodged. We get 2 clotheslines from Veer attempts, but Rey dodges all this shit. And then Veer does a crazy looking swinging chin breaker on his knee. And now we get the cervical clutch, which actually I kind of like that setup combo. That move, forget Veer, just the move set. That move into the cervical clutch, that's actually nice. It's a shame that they gave it to this piece of shit, because that's a nice fucking move. Like, it's not bad. And of course we get the immediate tap out. Again, hyping up the match with Riddle and Roman Reigns. Jay, what was your take on this match? I gave the match a 1 star. I give it a 1.
It's sad I didn't even rate the whole future Hall of Fame Rey Mysterio and Veer Mahan. It was just nothing going on there. Veer Mahan did the big boot of Dominic, followed by the clothesline by the barricade. I thought that was the funny thing because Dominic Mysterio, let's face it, he's just a whack wrestler. There's nothing going on. You could say that's a good setup to serve a clutch, but I don't even like watching this guy. I thought he was impressive. I thought he was getting there. And we go back to the shits. And this is just a prime example of a roller coaster that goes down and it comes all the way up and now it just goes back down. And this is the beginning.
I don't like
of
that
it,
they're building him as
like
a big guy and then like he's getting in the ring with like Rey Mysterio. Of course you're gonna look big when you're in the ring with Rey.
Let's face it, he was more impressive with a green than he was with a future Hall of Famer. And this match didn't do anything. It didn't do anything to Rey and it didn't do anything for Veer. It made everyone look weak.
It was pretty bad. So what are you giving it? 1 star, right? No stars?
Man.
0 stars. Like I said, again, they were hyping up the match with Riddle and Roman like we don't know already. Riddle and Roman are going to fight on SmackDown for the Unified World Heavyweight Championship of the World. Jay, who do you think is going to win that match?
I don't, Roman Reigns. Oh, man.
So that means Riddle can never challenge.
I'll tell you what, though. The last time we seen this, they promoted the tag team match like this. I'll tell you what, I think there will be a clean winner at the end of SmackDown this Friday.
Yeah, but that means Riddle will never be able to challenge for the championship ever? Ever?
He sucks, man. He's a mid. Why would you want to even see him? He's a mid.
I don't want to see him. I'm just, for him, that's pretty, career ending.
Let him take it off Drew McIntyre or somebody.
AEW? Riddle is all elite?
Yikes.
Riddle versus Adam Cole, baby.
I might have to stop watching it if Riddle's on fucking AEW. Might just have to.
Damn. Anyway, after that, we're going to get a match next week. They tell us Asuka versus Becky Lynch in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Also, Elias will be in concert next week. I can't wait to watch what they do with that. I think KO and him are pure gold. They're funny. They're the only funny thing that's even left in the WWE. You can say it sucks. You can say it's trash. But nothing else is even coming close to making you laugh other than Kevin Owens having a heart attack on the commentary team. Come on. Anything else making you laugh at all? Tell me. What's making you laugh?
None of this shit, but...
All right. Well, whatever. Elias is coming back. I'm still curious to see. I don't care. You could be a fucking Grinch about it. I like it. All right. Main event pose down challenge coming up. Theory comes out with a boy band microphone. Bobby comes out after Adam Pearce lets us know this is the inaugural Theory open pose down challenge, which I thought, really? That's ridiculous. Is this on, this is on Austin now. Austin comes on and says, Adam, I can't believe you already botched the whole posing startup. You know, this is my show. Pierce says, if you don't get on the podium now, I will disqualify you. You know, Theory does. He said, okay, all right, fine. He gets on the podium, and he looks like he's just loving this way too much, saying, I got this all day. Look at me. Lashley says, you asked for this. I'm going to kick your ass here and then in the ring, and I'm going to take that title from you, kid. We get the double bicep pose first, then the side chest pose, then the muscular, which is like the Hulkamania, you know, all that. They both do it. They all do all their poses. Now it's time to determine a winner. Adam asks the crowd who should win. Theory says, no, shut your mouth. Theory asks, who won this? Was it Theory? Nobody said anything. And he says, was it Bobby? Of course, the fans then go crazy. Theory now says, hold on a second. There's one more pose, Bobby. One more pose. And then he takes some baby oil. He blinds Bobby. Drop kicks him. Apparently, Bobby is blind now because of baby oil. And Theory was in the ring taking selfies. And this is how Monday Night Raw ended. And it was pretty pathetic. Jay, what did you rate this?
I think this is a bad look on your boy. I know you're a big fan of Theory.
No, yeah, this is brutal for him. Yeah.
So am I, but this was really bad, and for him to main event this, and this is another prime example of bad booking by WWE as well. But this made Theory look very, very weak in my eyes. I don't even see him as a future heavyweight champion just because of this fucking pose down, whatever.
Oh, no, you're out of your fucking mind.
Creative, I don't know. Whoever came up with this idea should be fired immediately. This was horrible. It made Bobby Lashley look horrible. It made Theory look horrible when he's a champion. I'm not even interested in these guys fighting for the belt, to be honest. I think they'd probably look at the same match as Almost. This is just bad.
Well, dude, listen, Theory's not going to be champion for about a year or two, bro. Easy.
Let me tell you,
Probably
this storyline is 3 weeks away, but as of now, I see Theory as a freaking joke. I don't take him serious, especially with this segment. Whoever's idea was this was just horrible. I know they'll bounce back because that's what they'll do. He's the golden boy. I do believe that. But if I got to rate this, let's face it, I can't. No rating.
No, I give it a 0-star too because it has absolutely nothing to do with wrestling. It's bodybuilding bullshit. The only thing I'll say is Theory, you know, he did his best that he could with this shit fucking idea that they gave him to run with. And when he was doing his Hulk Hogan pose, dude, he looked fucking jacked, though. I'll give him that, bro. He looked fucking jacked. I was like, holy shit, this kid is legit jacked. But yeah, it looked... I didn't say it makes him look weak. I think it just makes them look stupid. But I think that's the better word. It just makes them look real stupid. It's not entertaining. I feel bad for the people in Kansas that had to fucking pay money to see this as their main event. I hope they made it up to them with another match after this, some kind of surprise. Because if that's how the show ends and you go back to your car in the parking lot with that as the ending, I would riot. I would burn down the fucking building because that was atrocious.
Get ready to burn it.
What are you rating the show?
1 star.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was a 1-star shit show. A lot of things I didn't even rate, so yeah, 1 star.
Tomorrow will be way better. I'm excited. NXT.
Well, no more Tony D.
Be way better.
This other guy got fired. If you've been keeping up with the wrestling news today, Jeff Hardy is arrested and he's probably going to go to prison for 1 to 5 years. Because there's no more slaps. There's no more slaps on the wrist. And as the Undertaker says, if you drink and drive, you will meet the Undertaker.
Does this not look good for WWE as they said that he had a substance problem and it was denied and now look at it?
This is a super bad look, but you know who I blame? I don't blame Jeff because Jeff is the fucking addict. Jeff is the fucking victim. His brother knows how he is. His wife knows how he is. His brother-in-law. Everybody. His
career's over.
The point is, Jay, they said, there was a report today that Jeff Hardy left the place that he was at and he was there with a lot of family and friends. Listen, they know how he is. They let him... Of course it's over, but what does that have to do with the fact that they let him leave?
Before the Derby.
Don't you think it's fucked up that these people don't help him get more help or somebody stays with him?
I just want him to be off TV.
Like I said, bro, I told Dave, all right, Jeff Hardy has a net worth of $12 million. His salary
Okay.
Listen though, before we go off,
Stay home.
his salary is $2 million a year. He can't afford to pay a fucking driver. Come on, Jeff. You're better than that.
Let him be.
So they changed the match now on Dynamite. Obviously, the Hardys are not in the match, which is fine, whatever. Do you think they're still going to have a tag match for the titles? Or are they going to put another team in there?
I don't know what they're gonna do, man. It's just embarrassing for that company. It's embarrassing for everyone.
How would you feel if FTR was put in the match tomorrow and then they win the titles? You okay with that?
Would anybody complain?
I don't think so. They deserve it. Or how about Red Dragon?
I don't think they're ready yet.
Colorado looks fucking ready to me.
As a single, as a tag team.
The guy's a boss.
Two different stories.
Anyway, that was Monday Night Raw. This has been Wrestling with Savage, episode 39. We were disappointed. Yeah. Vince, you disappointed us yet again. I'm going to look in the camera when I talk to you real quick, Vince. Yeah. I'm going to send this. This is going to be hashtag Vince. Quick 60-second. If you want, you have something that you want to tag to Vince after this, and Stephanie and Linda and Shane and all their kids. Vince, I started following your grandson on Instagram. He looks like an absolute fucking beast. Looks like he plays football. I'm very curious to see how his football career is going to progress, and I hope one day your kids take over this family business. And by your kids, I mean your grandkids. Obviously, Shane and Stephanie, they're getting older. I'm sure they're going to have a bigger role in the wrestling world again one day. They're both taking a lot of time off right now. But my point is, Vince, it's time to pass the buck. You shouldn't be making decisions of any kind anymore. You have dementia. You no longer understand what good shit is, and you need to stop. Go enjoy your life. You have been working harder than anyone I've ever known my whole life. You've been working hard since 1971. It's time to take a break, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. It's been over 50 years you've been busting your ass to give us quality entertainment. And for that, I fucking thank you. From the bottom of my heart. But it's time to let it go, Vince. Let it go. Jay, you have anything you want to say to Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
Nah, fuck him.
It's good shit. Wrestling with Savage. It's good shit. And yeah, we're out of here, man. My cousin's song is about to play right now. Seth Rollins is going to win Money in the Bank. Champ. Right, hell, Tombstone, Chokeslam. Hit it into you, Raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Down, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why? Yeah.